The new Omicron variant of the coronavirus is leading to fresh worries that another round of the pandemic may be starting. It's also drawing attention to the unequal distribution of vaccines around the world and the issue of vaccine patents. Now, scientists first discovered the new variant in South Africa, a country where just over 40% of the population is fully vaccinated. A recent study showed the world's wealthiest nations, about 16% of the global population, have secured the vast majority of vaccine doses. And that accounts for over 70% of the 5 leading vaccines in 2021. And that's led to disparities such as this: 60% of people across the European Union are vaccinated. Compare that to a mere 3.4% across the African continent. More than 100 countries have agreed to a petition before the World Trade Organization to have vaccine patents temporarily waived. The EU and Germany, however, are opposed to that proposal. Now, for more on this, I'm joined by Jayant Menon. He's a visiting senior fellow with the ISEAS Yusof Ishak Institute in Singapore. Jayant, it's good to have you on the show. There was supposed to be a WTO meeting on this topic, in part on this topic today. It was canceled because of fears of that variant. To what extent is this vaccine patent issue still a burning one, or is it one that's been more or less decided given the opposition by some groups and some countries?
I think the vaccine waiver on the intellectual property rights will not really make it this time, even without the meeting, because the WTO works on a consensus rule. And as long as one country holds out, it doesn't go through. And as you've just mentioned, the EU has already made it very clear that they won't be voting for the temporary waiver. And so there's really little prospect of it happening. So I think they have to look at what they can do in the immediate term in dealing with the vaccine inequities.
Why has the EU been opposed to this proposal to waive vaccine patents?
I think the answer is quite clear. I mean, there's a large number of pharmaceutical companies that would not be benefiting if such a waiver were to go through. And on the other side, a lot of companies in India and South Africa would also benefit should it happen. But the problem is not a long-term one at the moment. It's immediate access. And even this waiver wouldn't have overcome that problem. We need to get the current supplies by the current manufacturers more equitably distributed more quickly. That's the pressing need for dealing with the inequity, and not the long-term problem of having more production in different countries.
Will the new variant add more pressure to get that done, or will such efforts falter on the same fault lines that they have to this point?
I think the new variant has put a spotlight on the issue. I don't know if it'll help solve the problem directly. It won't affect the waiver. But, now in some countries, vaccine hesitancy is playing its role in limiting uptake. So I think the new variant may reduce that. We saw Delta reducing that hesitancy. But there's also all kinds of logistics issues that need to be overcome in poor countries. There's cold chain requirements. Even regular refrigeration of vaccines is difficult in remote parts of poor countries. So in short, I don't think it will change things very much. There are other things that need to be done.
All right. Jayant Menon is a visiting senior fellow with the ISEAS Yusof Ishak Institute in Singapore. Thank you very much.
Thank you also.